5 superhero comics from independent cartoonists that I think you should read. Zot by Scott McCloud. Scott McCloud is probably most famous for writing Understanding Comics, which is like the ultimate thesis on the comic book medium. But prior to that, he was writing Zot. Started off as a color comic for the first 10 issues, but then it went into this series of black and white comics. And the way I like to describe Zot, especially in this era of Zot, it's as if you took like Astro Boy, the Silver Age Adam Strange from DC Comics, and Love and Rockets, and you threw them all into a blender, and out would come Zot. Santos Sisters by Greg and Fake, released in this awesome edition by Fantagraphics. Greg and Fake doing a comic that is a pastiche of Archie comics, but done with a Gen Z comedic tone, written definitely for adults. On one page, it'll be making fun of superhero comics, and on the next page, it'll be honoring them. It's really fun and comedic adventure stories. Street Angel by Jim Rugg. Street Angel is a homeless ninja on a skateboard. It's this teenager, Jessie Sanchez, and she is the ultimate ninja. She rides around on her skateboard looking for food, and she has to deal with going to school. But Jim Rugg has an amazing art style. He has so much range. He does everything in this comic, including the lettering. The lettering and the page layouts alone make this worth reading, but it's just such fun comics, too, that I feel like everyone should read. Old Time Comics by Sam and Josh Bayer, but this also includes artwork by Al Milgrom, Rick Parker, Benjamin Mara, Noah Vanskyver, and Josh Bayer himself. This is like a love letter to Bronze Age superhero comics, but done with an over-the-top, bloody, bunch of Canon Films style storytelling. Absolutely love these comics. They're such a blast, especially if you were a fan of the Bronze Age superhero comics, and then coming to this, and it truly does feel like someone is honoring that, but taking it to the next level. The Death Ray by Daniel Klaus. Dan Klaus is one of the all-time great cartoonists. Truly one of the best of the medium. And in Death Ray, it's really him telling the story of how he would do superhero comics. It's not what you would think at all. Dan Klaus grew up a fan of superhero comics before he got into his own cartooning. You can't do parody and satire without having some sort of love for the thing that you're parodying or satirizing. And you can tell that's so obvious within this comic. Artwork itself, the lettering, the page layouts, it's all on point. Dan Klaus doesn't miss a beat, and his storytelling is absolutely magnificent. You can go to the link in my bio to see more long-form videos with me talking about comics, and you keep talking comics.